All right, boys, we got a little bit of arms today, nothing too crazy. This is the first arm day of the week. I know the video probably right before this is going to be an arm day. I had a nasty chest day filmed. But I realized after the fact that the whole video was in slow motion. So that's probably just going to be more of like a TikTok clip or edits. Not going to focus more on dropping that on the YouTube. So if you're wondering, hey, did this man just hit arms back to back? I didn't hit arms back to back. I had about a day and a half, 2 days in between. It just worked out the way that the video you guys are seeing is going to be back-to-back arms. So we got a little bit of arms today. I hit chest yesterday, chest and front delts. I want a close grip today because that's where I get the meatiest pumps. I get the nicest pumps off a close grip. But depending on how the shoulders feel, that'll kind of dictate whether I close grip or not, right? If not, we're going to do a lot of push-down movements. At crunch, I'm not, which I'm lifting at my local crunch right now. At crunch, I really don't use the cables as much as I do at the other gym that I train at. That's where a lot of my videos have been lately. Here, I feel like I have a little bit more variety, so I'll bounce around. But we got a little bit of biceps, triceps, and then obviously our 20 minutes of cardio that we do daily. So with that being said, we got to take the pre-workout to the dome. You boys already know the deal. Let's get it in. Delicious as always. With that being said, I'll catch you boys inside. Let's get it. All right, let's work. So today I'm gonna start with a little bit of biceps. On my last arm day, I started with tris. I like to alternate it. Try to do the opposite of what I started with last time. Unload and load up some weight here real quick. Like I was saying, there we go. Like I was saying, I like to alternate what I start with. On my last arm day, I started with a little bit of triceps. So we're gonna start with biceps today. There are 4 movements in, obviously 4 sets apiece, 32 sets in total. Then we'll move on to tris. Let's work. I think we'll work here for maybe 2 more sets because I hit 12 on that. Work here for 2 more sets. I think by the 3rd set, I'm hoping I can get 8 to 10. If I can get 8 to 10, then I'll work with it. If I can get 10, I'll work with it for the 4th set. But if I only get 8, then I'm going to drop it 10 pounds like I usually do. Like I said, rule of thumb is dropping 10 pounds if need be. Not hitting the rep range, got to drop 10. All right, next set. One more. Oh, that was way heavier than it's ever be. Two more. One more. That's 2 sets down. 2 more to go. I think I brought it up in previous videos. I used to hate hidden arms. Now it kind of worn me down a little bit, you know. They've made my way into being one of the muscle groups I actually enjoy hitting. I enjoy a meaty arm pump now. Used to hate it. Wouldn't say I hated an arm pump. I just hated hitting arms. All right, let's get it. All right, one more. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna work with that for one more set. That third set was a little bit easier than the second set. I think because I took a little bit longer rest period for that third set. Gave me a little bit more strength. I'm not as cooked, right? To where on my arm days, I don't like my rest sets to be longer than 30 seconds. I think I should push that back to 45 minutes, not 45 minutes, 45 seconds, just so I have proper time to kind of let the muscle recover, rest, not rest long enough to where I'm losing my pump though, but just enough to where I can get the full strength out of that working set. So I think I'm gonna give myself a second here, a couple of seconds, and then get after that last set. Then we're on to the next movement. All right, let's hit this last set and we'll move on to the next movement. Two more. One more. All right, got 8 out of that. That's acceptable. Bottom of the rep range for the last set, so I'll take that. Okay, on to the next movement, boys. A little bit heavier here. Nope, I lied. That was a lot. All right, let's work with the 35s. This is more around the pace, I guess. Come on. One more. Oh. So I only got 10 off that, which isn't where I would like to be, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh. But yeah, this is a killer right here. Little titty bones. You know, old bouncy bones. Did chest yesterday, so we're still a little bit full. You know, a little. Gotta bounce them sometimes. Gotta have fun with it. Okay. I had to drop the weight a little bit further off that. That's rough. That's rough. So I had to drop the weight a little bit more for the last 2 sets, which kind of sucks, mentally wise, because I'm doing the 30s right now. So to think like, oh, I'm curling 30s, kind of gets me mentally a little bit, but it's fine, right? The rep range has increased. I'm being more adamant about my rest periods. I gotta make sure I can't I can't always think that I'm gonna move the way that I feel like I should be moving, right? Where I can push it, I can try to, but I gotta work with where I'm getting the most gains, right? Where I'm growing, not just ego lifting. So I think the 30s for the next 2 sets will put me in a good spot to finish off. Oh, they have 32.5s. I'll go 32.5s. I'll be right back. All right, so we got the 32.5s here. Didn't have to drop all the way to 30s. So that kind of, I can get behind that. That doesn't hurt my mental state as much. Yep. Oh, that was 9. Okay. I'm gonna try to do one more set here. Try to do one more set here. Try to push myself for it. That'd be a win. That'd be a vibe. If I can get one more set off that, that'd be money. Be money if I can get one more set off this. All right, last set. Let's finish strong. I didn't even get the full rep range off that. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Take a second. We'll finish out. Finish strong. 2 more. 2 more. 1 more. Okay. I'll take that. All right. On to the next movement, boys. So the next movement wasn't too far. I think I'm going to do hammer curls here. I think we'll work with 50s. If 50s feel light, then I'll go up. And we'll go up. All right, let's work. Okay, I lied again. That was heavy. We're gonna drop weight because I'm not gonna hit all sets here. For our 3 sets, hopefully we can hit the remainder sets at the 45-pound mark. Work with that for 3 more sets. Give myself a second here to cool down. I'm running hot. I'm running like a furnace right now. 3 more sets, boys. 3 more here. Then we got 1 more bicep. I'm trying to decide what I want to do last for biceps. I'll figure that out. After that, we got some triceps. My elbows and delts aren't feeling horrible, so I think we close grip today. Get a meaty pump off that. And then obviously just different forms of push downs. I think I'm gonna do 2 different forms of cable push downs and then end it off with some dips. Some nice, good stretch. And then it'll help loosen out my chest a little bit, right? Because my chest is a little tight. From yesterday's chest and shoulders. So to end it off, make sure I'm nice and warm. Once we got the blood flowing, we'll loosen it up with some dips. Okay, that's good. We'll work there. 2 more sets there. That felt really nice. Getting a great pump off that. So I think that'll be where we stay. Stay with the 45s. 2 more sets. Honestly, for the longest, I was a PF hater. and I just went not too long ago with my boy to PF. I'm liking what they've done to the place. You know, I feel like they definitely upgraded from when I was going a decade ago, right? Compared to 10 years ago, I feel like they definitely made it a lot more lifter friendly. To where before I felt like PF was for like beginners, right? People that necessarily don't want to go to like a hardcore gym or like a commercial gym with people that train consistently. It's more kind of secluded, right? People that are kind of just getting into it. But you can do that at a hardcore gym, but I know some people prefer PF or grannies, right? Super old ladies. But I went to PF and I was like, I can get a nice pump here. PF had some nice stuff. I was like, okay. I need to rework my opinion on PF. So they've kind of, wouldn't say that's my primary gym, but say I'm out of state. There's a local PF right around the corner from my hotel. I'm going to PF. So it's kind of changed my opinion. Oh, that's heavy. That's getting heavy, boys. One more set there, but that's getting a lot heavier than I expected it to be. Which is depressing because peak bulk, I was curling like the 70s. And then like, hammering them boys, right? If I started with it today, I could probably do the 55s. 50 to 55s and feel comfortable in the 8 to 12 rep range. But since it's my third bicep exercise, I am a little cooked. I'm a little fried. So got to work with the 45s. But it is a little bit of a hit to the ego. But I mean, got to be calculated. Cannot ego lift in prep, right? Especially if you're trying to prep seriously. The ego's just got to stay in constant check. In a state of constant check. Because I would love to curl the 7s. And I still get good pumps, right? Good pumps off that. But I feel like I'm not getting the most out of it, right? I'm still benefiting. But I feel like I could get more out of it. So, gotta keep the ego in check. I work with 45s. Oh, that's it. That's it for that. On to the next lift, boys. All right, boys, we got a little bit of preachers here. I was wondering, I was like, what do I want to do next? What's the next exercise? What's the next lift on the agenda for today? Came to the conclusion, preachers is going to be where it's at. We're not going to go too heavy, just heavy enough, right? I like to do like a 35. If I'm trying to ego lift, right, I'm only getting a set of 5. I'll do a 45, fluff the ego. Normally in rep range 5 to 8, 35. But since we're in that 8 to 12 rep range now, and this is the last exercise, I think a 25 should be more than enough. I think we're gonna go up. I think I'm gonna go up 5 pounds. I think the 25 is a little bit too light. right? That set didn't necessarily feel easy, but it didn't feel like I was getting the most out of it. So I think a 5 will be optimal. I'll go up 5 pounds, won't go to the 35, just because I got to know my own strength. So I'll go up 5 pounds, work with 30. I think we'll stick there. I think that'll be a good spot for the next 3 sets. All right, we got the 5 on. Sorry to make sure it was recording. Got the 5 on. I think this is gonna be good for the 3 sets, right? I think this will be a nice spot, and I'm glad that I'm ending with preachers, just because I don't do preachers at the other gym. So it's kind of nice that I can kind of hit what I want to hit here, and then be able to alternate and work more with the cables when I'm at the other gym. So kind of gives my biceps different looks. I'm able to target the head from different angles. Feel like it's a little bit more optimal that way. One more. Okay, so I might not be able to work with that for all 3 sets, but I think I at least got another set working with that, staying in that rep range. I think I'll hit for 1 more set and then drop it back to the 25. That'll be 2 sets at the 25, 2 sets at 30 pounds total each side. I think that'll be a good spot, and then we can obviously start the triceps, start cooking those. Maybe get a little bit of posing in, a little bit of posing. And then after that, we'll get our cardio on. 20 minutes, got to get it in. And then that'll be a wrap for today. Arm day is usually a quick one. Usually can get everything done. Bicep, tricep wise. Within like 30, 45 minutes. And then obviously the back half, 20 minutes of cardio. If I want to do abs, I'll throw abs in there. And then from there, I might pose. That'll add about another 15, 20 minutes. That could be anywhere from hour to an hour and a half, depending what I like to throw in, what I don't throw in, you know? So I think it's cooking. Let's work. Hold on, let's put the sleeves up a little bit. Pull the sleeves up a little bit. Roll them boys up. Show off the cannons. Just kidding, I don't have big arms. Let's work. One more at least, come on. Oh, that was money. Now we're gonna drop down. That's a win though. That's a win. All right, last set. Working with a 25, dropped it to the 25. Hopefully I can get a set of 12 out here. Then we can cook some triceps. I was thinking about it, boys. I think I hated arms because I had such tiny arms when I first started, right? To where my back, it wasn't huge, but it was bigger. And my legs, I had good legs. I felt like I had decent sized legs at a young age. So that, I feel like that's why I strayed down the path of hitting back and legs more often, and then starting my lifting journey with powerlifting, just because those were 2 avenues that I was kind of strong at. But I think now, like, my arms aren't huge, but they're bigger than what they used to be, to where now I'm kind of like, with a pump, they look mediocre. And I'm happier with that than what they used to be. They used to be fucking toothpicks, right? They used to be, I had bigger calves than I had arms, and that was diabolical. Two more. One more. Come on. Oh. I'm squeezing so hard on those last couple reps. I just want to fucking bend the bar. But on to triceps. All right, boys, so we got a little bit of close grip here. Nothing too crazy. Try to work with this for at least a set or two. I warmed up off camera and it felt pretty light. So I'm thinking we should be able to hit this for at least 2 sets, 8 to 12, and feel clean. I lied. Been lying a lot this arm day. I think I'm gonna drop it to a 35. I'll be able to hit that for 2 sets. 2 more sets. Then the final set will probably drop to a 25. But I hit that for 8. Feel good pump in the tris. But with my chest, after doing chest yesterday, it's still a little sore. It's not like super tender, but tender enough, you know? All right, boys. I think we're gonna work with this for 2 sets. I feel pretty green. Hit 315 for a set of 8 close grip. Like I said, got a meaty pump off that. But I know I'm not gonna hit the rep range if I went for another 1 or 2, right? So I had to drop it 10 pound G side. I think we could work here though. I think we'll be green. I think we're comfy. Yep. I think we get 1 more set out of that. 1 more set. 1 more set of 10. That's like what? 295. Got a set of 10 out of that. I think we'll get. I'm shooting for another set of 10. But if I'm going to be honest with myself, I'll probably get 8. But I'm going to grind to try to get 10 out of it, right? I'm going to fucking go balls to the wall to try to get that 10 set. You know, try to hit that 10 reps. I think that would be money. And after this, 2 variations of push downs. I'm thinking the triangle bar and then straight grip push downs. And then from there, a little bit of weighted dips. I think that'll be money. Boys, the arm sleeves are cooking me though. These boys usually aren't super tight. The pump got them tight right now. The pump got them tight right now. What size are these? These boys they're double XL. I don't by no means think I have double XL arms. All I'm saying is they're a little tight, which is nice. That means they're doing what they're supposed to do, which is money. Let's go. 1 more set here. Gotta let the elbows air out for the next set. Let them air out a little bit. And we'll get after it for the next set. Pull the sleeves up a little bit so I can get that good stretch. I feel like sometimes sleeves, if I'm wearing long sleeves, or just t-shirts that might be a little bit tighter, it kind of throws off my elbows a little bit, right? Throws off my arms. I don't know, maybe it's just a weird sensory issue thing, probably, but it throws me off sometimes. Yep.
I think we worked with that for one more set. That felt good. That felt good. I think we worked with that for one more set. The final set, be with that. I think I'm happy with that. I think I am happy with that. All right, boys, last set here. Last set here, and then we're moving on. And we're moving on to other tricep exercises, bigger and better things. Bigger and better things. I don't know about anybody else. Maybe it's because I've been eating them in prep, right? But I've been enjoying plain rice cakes. Like they don't bother me as much. Like the plain low sodium rice cakes, they kind of remind me of like popcorn. It's just like eating plain popcorn. I give myself 4 of them a day, 2 pre-gym, 2 post, right? And I feel like that's it's been growing on me, dude. I actually enjoy it. I actually enjoy it. One thing I've realized about prep is it starts to make you enjoy the subtle things, right? It starts to make you enjoy seasoning your food properly, right? To where if you didn't season your food before prep, after, you're gonna be a seasoned demon, right? You're gonna be master chef with the seasoning, because when you're deep in prep the last 4 weeks, or maybe even 8, depending on how you hold sodium, how you hold water, that might just be what you're working with. And then you're working with low sodium seasoning. So I feel like prep kind of has given me an appreciation for the little things, especially when it comes to food, right? When it comes to food, doing little things like sauce, being pickier with my sauces, being pickier with my calories, to where now I'm kind of like, if I don't like something, I'm not gonna eat it. To where I used to be like, even if I don't like it, I'm gonna finish it. Which I feel like you should have that mindset to an extent, especially in the bowl, right? But being in prep and going through multiple preps has kind of given me a new foundation and appreciation for food, which is nice, you know, which is nice. But next set, let's go. One more. Oh. That's it for close grip, boys. That was a good time. All right, so we got a little bit of push downs here now. Triangle bar push downs, and then after that, we'll do straight bar push downs or W bar push downs. I'm thinking W bar. No, W bar push downs. W bar push downs, and then after that, some dips. And I think that'll be it. And then I'm thinking we pose a little bit today, boys. I think a little posing might be in order. Yeah, definitely think a little bit of posing is in order today. I think it's calling for it. The pump's been pretty meaty. Been happy with how the pump's been going so far, so I think a little bit of posing. And then I wanna preface this that I will probably look like a water buffalo because we are a week and a half in prep right now. Officially a week and a half, so if I look like a water buffalo, it's understandable, right? But we do think we're gonna squeeze a little bit of posing in today. So excited about that. But on to the next set here. What? Oh, yeah, that's cooking me. That's cooking me, boys. I do like triangle bar push-downs. I like to incorporate those, I think, on each day that I do arms. I feel like it's one that I get a nasty pump off of. Same with W bar. W bar, not as much, right? Triangle bar, I think, really is what gets me going. So that'll probably, you'll see that every arm day. W bar, maybe, right? But you'll definitely see triangle bar every arm day. Let's work. I feel like the pump is pumping, but it doesn't look like the pump is pumping. Does not look like the pump is pumping. I mean, we'll really see when we go pose. As of right now, not necessarily impressed with the overall pump right now, but that's okay. 2 weeks in, I'll only get better from here. More vascular, more pumped. I'll look bigger, but that'll probably be a placebo. There we go. That'll probably be a placebo, just because obviously I'll be leaner. I feel like everybody looks leaner when they're not leaner. I feel like everybody looks bigger when they're leaner, right? I don't know, maybe that's just me. I feel like the leaner I get, the bigger I feel like I look. Even though I know that's not true because I'm sitting 30, 40, 50 pounds under where I sit during the off season. So, I don't know. It's got to be the vascularity, right? Vascularity's got to add to that. Final set. Let's work. Last set. Oh, that's a killer. All right, W bar. W bar now. So I could not find the W bar, boys. So guess we're just gonna use the straight bar here. Good old straight bar push downs. Get after that. Then we'll do dips and then pose a little bit. Gotta drop the weight on that. All right. Yep. All right, 2 more sets, and we got dips. Oh, yeah, let's cook it. Oh, on the dips, boys. A little bit of dips to finish her off. I gotta drop the weight. My triceps are fried. And I know that because I never have to drop the weight on dips. Usually I can stay at the consistent weight that I do on dips for all my sets, but that's, yeah, we're done. We're cooked. 2 more though. 2 more. And strong. Oh, 1 more set.
Oh, that's it for the arm day, boys. Now we're go try to pose a little bit, then get after cardio.
I mean, it's not just my core, it's my feet sliding. And what else you doing?
For an arm day, look okay, right? Don't look terrible. Don't look great. Still pretty full. Still pretty full. Good little arm day. I got some cardio.